Placerville, check out some of the antique stores around here. And even visit an old antique store that I used to work in as a projectionist when it was a theater. So let's go check this out. So these pieces I typically find in antique malls. And the reason why they're radioactive is because they have uranium added in to the exterior part of the glaze to get a kind of a almost yellow golden sheen to the white. This label is actually correct. This plate is pre-1950s because if it wasn't, it wouldn't be radioactive. I was scoping out these two orange cups right there, and then all of a sudden one of the employees started questioning me about my camera.
Yeah. I'm just looking around for stuff.
You're working with a camera that you're also taking pictures of as you walk around the store.
Yeah. Is that okay? I used to work here as a projectionist.
I understand.
Okay.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
As long as you post our pictures so everybody will come running in.
That sounds fair enough. I try and advertise every antique shop I go into.
So this is a shot of the old projection booth that was there. That's where I used to work. Upstairs, working with film. Typically when people have some type of aggressive attitude towards me having my camera in there, I usually don't tell them I'm looking for radioactive items in their store. It's kind of a standoffish situation. I try and not lie, but embellish or downplay what I'm actually doing. Uranium glass is one of those things that I probably find the most of in antique malls. It's probably one of the easiest things to find that is radioactive in these locations. These orange ceramic pieces are some of the most radioactive pieces you can find in an antique store. And they aren't particularly dangerous unless you're eating them or using them as a pillow every night. If it's green and made of glass, there's a very high probability of it being radioactive in an antique shop. So it's always worth it to check it out. Sometimes something can look like it's uranium glass, but it isn't. Only way to know for sure is to use a radiation detector of some kind. Usually one that can detect alpha or beta radiation is the best. Typically, uranium glass will glow under UV light, and so this is kind of cool. Someone actually went and made a little display with a UV light to kind of show off that characteristic of uranium glass, which is a pretty cool one.
If any of your pictures include Leonard, we'd like to have copies.
If they include what?
Leonard.
Leonard? Who's that?
The ghost.
I'll keep that in mind. I'll let you guys know what I find.
Orange uranium glazed ceramics like this can usually be detected from some distance away because of the beta radiation being emitted.
Check out that store over here.
Oh, I didn't realize you guys had this now. All right. Well, thank you.
Like I said, uranium glass can be found almost anywhere. This little pepper shaker was a nice little find, and it's pretty hot. I usually try and scan everything that isn't clothes, because you never know what you might run into. This plate is in fairly good condition, and a nice piece. Any ceramic plate that looks like it might be from the era of when they used uranium, I usually check. I've also found it to be a good idea to check old instruments because sometimes they are doped with radium, making them radioactive. I missed this little saucer on the way in. It's a nice little piece that's fairly radioactive. Usually when I'm in places like this, I have my finger over the sound port for the Geiger counter, just so it isn't as loud as it can be, because there's no volume control on this radiation detector. So, to not freak everyone out, I try and keep it as quiet as I can. It's a nice piece at a right price.
It's like this last one.
If there's a good deal or something I really want, I usually try and buy something at every antique shop I visit. Alright, well that's going to do it for the Placerville, California antique scene. Some cool pieces I found. It's always cool checking out these old little towns. And yeah, it's nice and refreshing. But anyway, I'll see you next time.